This is going to be a programming walkthrough on the TI-84 Plus CE that will show you how to create a program that converts decimal or base 10 numbers into binary or base 2 numbers. So first I'll just show you how the program works. It's basically a version of this website where you can just enter your decimal number and then it will spit out the binary version of that number. So you run it by just pressing enter on the program, and then it'll ask you if the number is an integer greater than or equal to 1 or a decimal less than 1. But if I select this first option here, for example, and then input my base 10 number and then hit enter, you can see the program will spit out that equivalent number in binary. And I can enter a very large decimal or a very large base 10 number and it will still work. Just note that you read this starting on the first line, reading from left to right, and then going to the second line. So this number would be written out 100100101001011, etc. And then the other conversion option works very similarly. You just select a decimal less than 1, press enter, and then enter your number, and you will get that out to quite a few decimal places. So I'll go through the full programming walkthrough of how to program this thing in a second. But before I do that, if you would rather, there's a link in the description to where you can either download the program and then just download it to your calculator, or you can just look at a screenshot of all of the code listed out and then just type it in yourself so you don't have to watch me for the next however long. But if you don't want to do either of those things, here is how you program it. So first you start a new program by pressing the program key and then scroll over to new, hit enter, and then you have to name the program. I'm just going to call this deck to bin and then hit enter. And then for the first line, it's going to be program left to IO and then scroll down to the 8th option, which is clear home. So for the remainder of this video, you'll notice there's number labels next to each command here in these menus, and you can scroll down to them and then press enter to select them, and that'll put them in the program window. But sometimes instead of scrolling, I'm going to be just pressing the program key and then pressing 8, for example, to get to clear home, and it'll immediately place that into the programming window. That'll just be a little bit faster. So that's the first line. And then the next line, program, and we want the menu command. And then we're going to type in quite a few letters here. So second alpha to turn on alpha lock. That'll just keep the alpha option locked, and then you can just type the letters. So open quotes, my space number space is ... comma, alpha lock again, and integer space alpha. Second math will bring up this menu, and then we want greater than or equal to space 1, close quotes, comma, 50, comma, alpha lock, a decimal space less than 1, close quotes, comma, 51, comma, and then quit QIT comma 5.3 and then close parentheses, hit enter for a new line. Program 9 for label 53, enter program, and then scroll all the way down to stop, enter program, label again 50, enter program 8 for clear home, enter, and then 26 store as P, enter 3, store as Q, enter, and then program input, and then integer greater than or equal to 1 colon comma alpha D, enter program if alpha D is greater than, and then you're going to do 16 nines, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then hit enter, and then program, then enter program disp alpha lock to large alpha, enter, and then program else, enter program go to, which is option 0, 99, enter program 999, enter program if alpha P is less than 1, program then enter 26, store as P, enter alpha Q minus 1, store as Q, enter program go to 98, enter program else, enter program if alpha Q is less than or equal to 1, enter program, then enter program go to 97, enter program else, enter program go to 98, enter program label 98, enter program if, and then hit the math key and go over to number and select option 4 F part, and then D divided by 2 does not equal 0, and then back to this test option here, and then scroll over to logic and select and alpha D does not equal 1, enter program, then enter alpha D minus 1, close parentheses, divided by 2, store as D, enter program, output, sixth option here, alpha q comma alpha p comma 1, enter alpha p minus 1, store as alpha p, program, go to 99, enter, program, else, enter, program if alpha d equals 1, enter, program, then enter, program, 997, enter, program, 6 for output, alpha q comma alpha p comma 1, close parentheses, enter, and then program disp and quotes, and we're going to do this 2 more times, program disp and quotes, program disp and quotes. Oops, that's a close quotes. Okay. And then program, scroll down to stop again. Then program else, enter, program output alpha q comma alpha p comma 0, close parentheses, enter, alpha p minus 1, store as alpha p, enter, alpha d divided by 2, store as alpha d, enter, and then program, go to 99, enter, program 951, enter, program 8 for clear home, enter, and then 2, store as alpha p, enter, 2, store as alpha q, enter, program input alpha lock d c I m a l space less than space 1 colon close parentheses comma d, enter, program 6 for output 2 comma 1 comma close quotes, close parentheses, enter, program 9 for label 1, enter, program if alpha p is greater than 26, enter, program, then enter alpha q plus 1, store as alpha q, enter, 2, store as alpha p, enter, program, go to 2, enter, program else, enter, program if alpha q is greater than or equal to 4, enter, program, then enter, program 0 for go to 3, enter, program else, enter, program 2, enter. Program 9 for label 2, enter. Alpha D times 2, store as alpha D, enter. Program if, and then the math key, and we go to I part of alpha D equals 1, and then scroll over to logic and select and. Program, or sorry, math again, F part of D close parentheses does not equal 0, enter. Program, then enter. Program output alpha Q comma alpha P comma 1 close parentheses, enter. Alpha P plus 1, store as alpha P, enter. Program, sorry, not program, math. F part of D, store as alpha D, enter. Program, 0 for go to, 1, enter. Program, else, enter. Program, if math, F part of D does not equal 0, math, sorry, second math, and math I part of D is less than or equal to 1, enter. Program, then enter. Program output alpha Q comma alpha P, alpha P comma 0 close parentheses, enter. Alpha P plus 1, store as alpha P, enter. Program, math, F part of D, store as, oops, I forgot a parenthesis, D, store as alpha D, enter. Program, 0 for go to, 1, enter. Program, else, enter. Program 9 for label, and then 3. Program 6 for output alpha Q comma alpha P comma 1 close parentheses, enter. Program disp quotes, program disp quotes, program disp quotes, enter. Program stop. And that's it. So you don't have to save anything at the end of the program. You can just press second mode for quit, and then press the program key and scroll to your program and press enter, and then enter again to run. And if everything was typed in correctly, it should work. But let's see here. I'll just put in a random number, and that's working. And then for the decimal, I'll do that, and that also appears to be working. So that's it, and thanks for watching.